Hey, this is Jerry Maynard of Soul Success. I'm glad you joined me this evening. We're so excited to bring to you a presentation of how we make sure we're successful inside and out. You know, if you're only getting trophies of success, like your house, your car, or someone you date, you may not fill the void that's in your soul and in your being. The person who you really are is your soul. You got to make sure that your soul is fulfilled. That's why we call this soul success. You know, oftentimes I was buying cars, buying clothes, I had women, houses, but I wasn't feeling good about myself. And those trophies of success could never make me feel successful internally. In other words, loving myself. So that's why we present to this every Thursday, these episodes on what you can do to have soul success as you go about the external success in your life. Today we're talking about black tax in business. Yeah, you heard me right, the black tax in business. What is the black tax? The black tax is simply this. When you're a black person and you have a corporate job, or you're in business, or you have a regular job, or you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, sometimes you face double standards. Sometimes you face discrimination. Sometimes you face people questioning whether you could do the job without even looking at your resume. Just by seeing the color of your skin, some people will cost you because they don't believe in you based on their own prejudices and experiences. I call it black tax and not racism because the black tax is assessed by multiple races. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You're a black person, you own your own business. A black person will spend the retail price at a white business and then come to you and ask you for a discount. That's called a black tax. How about this? When people find out how much money you're making, they start counting your money. That's a black tax. How about this? Have you ever been in a situation where you found out that you're doing the same job as your white counterpart and find out they're making $10,000, $30,000 more than you? It's called the black tax. It's the double standard. It's not getting what you are due based on the market rate, but rather the market rate is taxed, lowered because of your skin. But what do you do about the black tax? Well, let me show you an example about what happened to me. I had a business joint venture with a white partner, and we were very successful. We were able to get a consulting agreement where we were making $1 million a year, charging our client. No one on the board of directors, no one in the community questioned how much we were charging. They knew we were charging market value. But my white partner was the account manager. He was the face of our company and doing business with this client. One year, the client says, you know what, we're going to cut the contract in half. We don't want to go on television and radio and buses and all those things, billboards. We'd rather go more into the community. So my white partner said, well, that's not what I really do, Jerry. Why don't you take over the account? You become the managing partner of the account and you manage it. I'll step back. The minute I stepped forward, we still had the contract. But guess what? All of a sudden, board members started asking, why is he getting $500,000 a year? I had black people in the community. Why are they paying him $500,000 a year? It was even in the newspaper. But no one questioned the 4 years previous when the contract paid $1 million a year. You know the difference? The person who was the front person was white the first 4 years. The second 4 years, I was the face. And when people saw me as the face, they wanted to know why is that black person getting paid all that money. It's called a black tax. Here's what you can do. One, you don't have to pay it. You can leave, you can quit. You can say, I'm not going to work for a corporation or a business or be a consultant, have a client who's going to assess that tax. That's one way. Or the other way is you can pay it and recoup it later. What do I mean by that? This is the lesson for the day. When you know that there's double standards, when you know you don't get the benefit of the doubt, when you know that your white counterparts are making more money than you for doing the same job, here's what you can do. You keep going. You use it as fuel in order for you to recoup that money back. Here's how you recoup it back. You provide so much value to that company that you do your research to find out who's getting paid what. And then you go to the powers that be that say, listen, I'm bringing tremendous value to not only you, but to the business and the community. And I want to make sure that I'm paid the same amount as this other person is paid. But before you do that, you have to really show the value that you have. And I understand this. It's painful. When we are told that we have to be twice as good, 3 times as good, sometimes that just is the fact. But when you bring that value to that client, to your job, then you go back and you say, now I need to recoup back what you didn't pay me. Not talking about lawsuit. You can always sue. I believe in lawsuits. I'm a lawyer. But I'm talking about when you're in the business realm and you want to stay at that job, keep that client. You use that discrimination, that double standard. I'm talking about from black and white folks to fuel you that I'm going to win. I'm going to get the last laugh. I'm going to recoup back that money that was taken from me. And then here's what you do. Once you win, you emotionally think about it took you double for your success than it took them. And you take pride in the fact that you won, even though one hand was tied behind your back. You've got to understand that you need to take value in that you overcame obstacles that others never had to face. That's what gives you success in your soul, knowing that you accomplished even when the odds were against you. This is soul success, and I want to tell you that I'm still working on that client. I still have the contract. I go into those board meetings with my chest out, my head held up high, and the best clothes I've got, and the fanciest watch I have. And I look at those people who hate on me, and I say, too bad, I'm too busy winning. I hope you win too. This is Soul Success. My name is Jerry Maynard. I hope you got something out of this. We'll see you next week.